So on my way home from church, I noticed reality again. Terrorists of all ethnicities and roots and all ages and genders are still trying to take over with illegal landscaping. Also, vehicles and aircrafts and more are already supposed to be electrical only. Yet there's still gas stations. So, I also seen that peasants, criminals, are stealing presidential positions at law enforcement, social services, and social security and more. And they're not enforcing real laws. The presidential position was found by supposedly George Washington. And all he really is doing is investing in victims and victimizers. There is higher investors than him and higher authorities, which are princes and princesses and whoever else not mentioned. So, for example, a government is just a group of people that represent the president position of what he is doing, and if you're a victimizer, all you're entitled to is a prison or disintegration or deportation or all the above, individually, not attached to another cell, whether you have a disintegration date or release date. That's mainly what you should already have first, just in case you might qualify for more. Every peasant is different. And then for the victims, the princes and princesses, they qualify for their own property and more at either their birthplace or near it, or waiting a stepping stone in a hotel or whatever's available. And a lot of these properties are being illegally landscaped with the wrong materials, like drywall and whatnot. Even the stupid tribals and in the Bible days, when they did temporary buildings, they did them out of like clay or dirt because they're temporary. So while they waited there as a stepping stone, they just crushed them. Duh. While they waited on their property or their prison cell or whatever it is they're entitled to. But since all these places are already built, it still doesn't make sense to send everyone to places they're not supposed to be. Everyone is supposed to get deported to their hometown, place of birth, or nearest to it. And for those who qualify to travel around and make the world a better place, that's their business. It's not any peasant's option to step in. And another thing that I had been brought to my attention that I've been aware of, Mental Health Association, they keep trying to take over. They are in denial about what they're really representing. Psych meds, fake doctors, fake nurses, and criminals, peasants, while they pretend in between to do something normal. For example, Telecare reached out to me claiming that all these criminals I told on sent them. The ones that are supposed to be not at the presidential resource centers where I'm trying to get my resources. They're there. It's not my fault. So I reported them to the White House and more. What else am I supposed to do? And I remind them of their sentence. And then they try to cut my resources of whatever I have access to when they have no business giving anyone anything. They have no business there. They're not allowed. They don't even qualify. Lie detector tests are supposed to be used for any jobs and for presidential positions and for resources. Properties have to use law enforcement or their own authorities with lie detector tests. Duh. This is illegal what's going on. Retards pretending those laws don't exist, but they do. Another example, McDonald's. It has characters like Disneyland. You know, Ronald McDonald, the Hamburger Man, Bird Woman. Who am I leaving out? That little purple guy, the chicken McNugget thing. Anyways, they're not there because of people like My daughter's biological birth daddy, that peasant, he stole a job at McDonald's before and told me he brags that he helps turn those places into perversion centers where everyone there is, doing whatevs with one another that works there when they're not allowed there, and that's why the characters aren't there, and that's why McDonald's looks that stupid. Even when I was younger, they looked better. They even had a hamburger teacup ride and everything. These things get taken away because sickos are jealous of other labels and imagination and whatever else is already out there, and they try to take over. It's retarded. My daughter needs to get rescued. I shouldn't have to keep reporting these same criminals over and over as they prevent me from doing more. At least I escaped. Good for me. I got away. These situations shouldn't be happening, and they shouldn't be ignored. They're not allowed to be. And also, the reason law enforcement doesn't have better weapons upgraded, because there's criminals stealing jobs there. They would already have lasers that disintegrate remains and through walls and glass, and bombs and other weapons that other authorities are using in the presidential position that they qualify to work, because they use lie detector tests to see that they qualify for those weapons. And I found out some people in law enforcement, they told me to my face, they don't know how to use the guns. They stole jobs there. What am I going to do about it? They claim they just dress up and they take turns in real life. And I told them, well, how about you guys just hire me and I'll do the job description like Dexter from that show where Dexter does the job description of an actual law enforcement. They said, oh, no, we're not doing that. We don't want you. You need to just go on and do that in the streets. Why would I do that in the streets? Even if I even attempted to do something that stupid, they stalk me. They follow me around. I called crime scene investigation, and they drove up next to me and went to the store and told me, nice try. Like, why am I even trying to reach out to anybody higher than who I've already tried to reach out to, because I haven't got a hold of anyone? Crime scene investigation drove up next to me, smiled, and pressed the gas. Like they got my message again, and they're going to continue victimizing me like they've been doing since I was a baby or when my soul was made, along with my daughter and whoever else is out there. And they're continuing to illegally landscape and trying to decorate what they do illegally with a cute plant or a pretty flower, thinking no one's going to know. There's going to be a day, and that day is already supposed to be as of now. But all around the world, biblically speaking, the land of dreams, it is already happening. There is holy grounds. But it's illegal what's going on. Everyone just needs to get deported, know their place. Some people are out there building their own prison cells, I bet you anything, with the proper material, palace materials. That's what it should be built with. You know, like you can go roller skating in there, like that type of material. Castle materials is another story. Those are for castles only, mainly. But palace materials are some of the strongest materials out there. And retards can put their little museum attached, or their store. For example, my biological birth mommy, Lunatical Lynn, she has many nicknames. She makes fudge, and I told her she might even get the opportunity to see her prison cell in this realm with her stupid fudge store attached. She might. Instead, she wants to run from her sentence while she claims she's trying to either get help or find someone as sickening as herself to be with. I don't know what she's doing. But she claims if she sticks around in one location too long, she'll commit an even worse crime. Well, why doesn't she just go back to Omaha, Nebraska, and good for her? That's where she's supposedly born. And yeah, these people force people like me not to travel or do more than what I'm doing, and they try to make me blend in with all these retarded people. They commit fraud. I let the property manager know you're not allowed to run a property if you can't get a hold of law enforcement. Then they try to turn it around on me. My daughter's missing. My daughter is abducted in real life. If it was the other way around, I'm pretty sure they do the same thing and tell me what's wrong with you. Why are you not reaching out to law enforcement? And the residents, they're even allowing to rent at these hotel-like locations, Why can't law enforcement listen to them either? That is illegal. I even asked the property, do you guys have your own authorities? And I found out some of these people just really don't qualify to do what they're doing. They're part of the illegal landscaping gang, which is in the circle of peasants, and people like me end up with having no other options of where to go. It's not my fault. It's theirs. They need to stop victimizing me because of their crimes, not mine. I didn't do anything. I'm entitled to my own resources individually, and so is my daughter and everybody else. Duh.